Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Can somebody confirm hearing me?
Yes,
Yeah, but make it a little louder.
Okay. Is it better now?
Okay, we can manage.
Let me change my volume settings. Okay, what of now?
Yeah, can somebody else talk?
Thank you.
Hi,
Can somebody
Joseph.
confirm hearing me?
Hi, Joseph.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Great, thank you. That should be Dr. Jerry Okpeyemi, Aston University. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, Jonathan.
I can see Manuel, Toye, Joy, Adeleye, Jejmoke, Akinjobi, Toluwani, Dolapo Owolabi from Findarts University.
Good morning, thank you.
Morning. I can see Egonu Ozichi, Elisha Felicia, and a host of others. Thank you. Thank you very much for. Hi, Joel. Also good to see you. Welcome to this opportunity that we have to interact and share thoughts on how life looks like. Should I say during schooling, after schooling? But whatever the challenges may be, you will hear more today. And the discourse today will be focusing on how employable will you be? How employable will I be? Okay, becoming employable in a challenging work environment. But as the culture of Babcock University is, I will request wherever you are, you will join me to bow your head as we will pray. And then thereafter, we will proceed in earnest the event for today. Let me just look through. I think I can see Jerry Kwarbai. Jerry, if you don't mind, can you please offer us a word of prayer? We'll be grateful.
Okay, shall we pray together, please?
Thank you.
Mighty God, we thank you this very moment for your mercy and your grace, for the life and opportunity to be here today. We thank you for each and every one of us here and many who will join us. So Lord, I pray that you take absolute control. We pray for all the employers that will be here with their team, that they will be able to show us the way out in the labor market, give us good information that we can be able to use. I pray for the network, for every technical issues, that you will take absolute control. I pray all of at the end of this, that your name will be glorified. Thank you because you are a mighty God. This we humbly prayed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Dr. Jerry, I am aware because I know him firsthand. He is a faculty in the School of Management Sciences in Babcock University. And particularly, his services are with the Department of Accounting of Babcock. So thank you very much, Dr. Jerry, for your word of prayer. May I quickly share with us, please, for those employers that are here, I want to plead that you kindly rename your device. Let it also reflect the institution to which you are representing. That will go a long way to help us in identifying your presence here. So it doesn't appear that we're picking somebody over another. So thank you very much, Dolapo Owolabi. We appreciate your compliance. Clearly, I can see Finlas University. So thank you very much, Dolapo. I'm grateful. So may I request that other institutions that are here kindly will be grateful if the same will be done. Thank you very much. I can also see Lily from University of Liverpool. Lily, can I hear your voice? Good morning from Nigeria. Good morning from Ilishon.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Beautiful,
it's
Lily.
good to be here.
It's good to be here. It's good to hear your voice. It sounds very much like your name. Your voice sounds like a Lily.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for complying. May I also request those others who are here, and as time goes on, we will also keep saying the same thing. Great. Okpeyemi, Aston University. Okpeyemi.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you
Beautiful.
for having me here.
Good. Your voice sounds with so much okwe.
That
Maybe
is
okwe yewa.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
Okpeyemi,
okwe really
actually.
yewa. Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
okwe.
Good to have you here. Yes, thank
Good
you.
to have you. Thank you. I'm actually scrolling through to see if there is somebody else that, I don't want to sound or act selfish so that I can recognize as many as I can see on the platform. So as time goes on, I will also keep coming back and reminding us, especially those who will join a little bit later, so that we can be able to accommodate you all and recognize your presence. So we're very grateful that you are here. Again, like I said earlier, when we started, that today's discourse is to focus on how graduating students that are here, how can you become employable in a very challenging situation that the world is facing? And let me say this in all clarity, that the knowledge that you will get here, whether you will choose Father Olaide, can you go mute? Thank you, Father Ray. Host, can you identify that name, Father Ray, and mute that individual? Suleiman Precious, it would be good you also mute your device. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so what I'm saying very clearly is to every graduating student that beyond what the discourse today will look like, it will be important for you to know that even if you think you want to pack your baggages and your belongings to leave Nigeria, let's say you want to go to Canada or you want to move to Australia, the knowledge that you will get from here will go a long way to helping you survive in those environments, because unemployment or employability is a global phenomenon. It's not only because you school in Illusion or in Nigeria that you think that problem exists. So if you don't have the right attitude, if you don't have the right nag, if you don't know the right thing, you will end up in the same pit. So it may just only appear that you are relocating your problem. So today we have a panel that will be discussing with us. And just before I proceed, let me recognize the presence of Elder Joshua Omahi. He is an integral part of this process, especially with the department of the Alumni Office of Babcock University. Elder Omahi, can we see you? I'm sure there are a couple of us who have received emails, so I want you to put a face to that email, to that name, Feli Joe or Joshua Omahi. It will be good. Elder Omahi, let's see you and hear you express your own.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's career fair. Thank you very much for being a part of it.
Thank you very much. You can see his smiles goes beyond the name, Joshua. So thank you, Joshua. His name is Joshua, and he is one man that you will meet at any time of the day, whether in the night, during brunch. His smiles are always there. You can't take that away from him. So thank you very much, sir. Now, very quickly, without much ado, I will recognize individuals that will serve in the panel for the discussion, and then we will hear from them going forward. We have Adedoyin Adebayo, Incel, that is the organization that is coming from. Is Adedoyin Adebayo here? Please, it would be good we hear a word from you to be sure that you are here. Okay. Leke Oshiyemi from FI. Is Leke here? Can somebody confirm hearing me? Let me be sure that I'm just not talking to myself.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is Bayo Ayotade? Bayo is from Employee Energy. Okay. We also will be hosting Olatokumbo Akomolafe. Okay, Olatokumbo is from Akas Law. And then, of course, Olawale Ajani, of course, is from SETI Consulting. Edomai, can you confirm the presence of these personalities here with us? Are they here?
I'm trying to do that.
Thank you.
But I guess Olawale should be here.
Okay.
Adebayo is here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Adebayo. It's
Thank
good to
you.
hear your voice. Energy, employee energy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Yeah. Is Leke Oshiemi here? Olatokumbo Komolafe, sorry. Olawale Ajani.
I'm sure others will join. I mean, myself and Wale, we spoke a few minutes ago, so I'm sure he would join as well. And fellow other, yeah, I'm very sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Elder Mahi, maybe while we wait for that, should you have announcements for the graduating student? I think it would be good that you can share that to their hearing.
Good morning once again. This announcement goes to the students. We are going to take attendance. Another attendance is in such a way that anytime you leave and come back, every record will be kept. And we ask you to write your name, your official names, and your matric number. Use that to rename your device so that we'll be able to keep that record. The university needs it. So we would like you to let everybody, your friends and everyone come on, log in and be part of this program. I'm very sure Olawale should be in by now.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I didn't get that information very completely, sir. Very well.
Okay, that you rename your device.
Sir.
Rename your device with your official name, which is the name you have with us at Babcock University, and then your matric number, because we are taking attendance. I think that was clearly communicated to you. Is that clear?
Okay, let me re-echo what Romai have said. Rename your device. Rename your device clearly. Attendance will be taken. And for every time you log out or log in back, maybe due to network, or even if you do that intentionally, for every time that happens, that attendance will be recorded. And it is appropriate for you to do that because the university will be needing that attendance. I hope everyone who is on the call have heard that. And I will reiterate again before the moderator of the panel discussion will commence. What I have said, or what I am re-echoing that has been said by Elder Omahi is, kindly ensure that the device you are using, you rename it with your name. Then thereafter, for whatever time that you log out and log in, attendance will be captured because the university doesn't joke with attendance. And I'm sure that in your 4, 5, 6 years experience, that reality is very clear with us. All right, thank you very much. I've gotten response. Olawale is with us. Is Olawale here? Olawale, can you hear me? Host, can you, maybe he is trying to, if the host can locate him, I think he can be unmuted so that he can proceed.
Mr. Shei, see if you can locate SETI Consulting on Lawale Ajani.
All right. While that is going on, I will also try to identify if there are more institutions that have joined us. One of the beautiful things that will happen here today to all of us Babcock students is to note that there is going to be a breakout session. Victoria Deremi and Janet Temilola, Temi Lolua, thank you. Just go mute on your device. Victoria Adeyemi, Victoria. Thank you. Mute your device.
Father, have mercy. Mr. Sheyi Akintunde, if you can hear me on the call, can you locate?
I can hear.
Olawale Ajani and unmute him so that he can speak.
Yes, I'm trying to contact him. He's going to join us shortly.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Ashley and George, you're also here. Ashley and George from Education Canada, thank you very much for being here with us. Can we hear your voice and know how you're doing this morning? Greetings. Good morning from Elisha.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Obeta. I represent Ashley and George Education. I'm excited to be here. It's my first time.
Oh, this is better.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful, Beta. Your voice sounds really much better than your name. So we are happy that you are here.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope that this will not be the beginning of the end, but it should be the beginning of more relationship with us at Babcock University.
Certainly. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to all students that are here, there is going to be a breakout room. And during the breakout room, you are entitled to interact with all the personalities you will meet. And they will be of great help to you. Every institution that is represented here, when we move into the breakout rooms, you will be made admins so that you can accept individuals who are within your preview when it is time. All right. Has Olawale been identified?
I think they're taking attendance. Right. I used to wow.
Okay. For the benefit of those of us who this is your first time of interacting with Babcock, it will interest you to know that beyond what you will read on the internet and possibly hear from individuals, Babcock University is a premier private university in Nigeria. Still standing, waxing strong. We started in the year 1999, but the first university to take off. So we were 5 institutions that were granted accreditation by the Federal Republic of Nigeria to operate as a private institution. But of the 5 of us, Babcock was the first. In the same year, we got the charter in April. And by September, we had the first crop of undergraduate students waxing and moving on in the institution as students. Today,
Babcock University is a little over 20 years in existence as a university, but we are over 60 years existing as an institution. What that means is that Babcock University started off as a college in 1959. So we picked up before Nigeria became independent, a country. And then thereafter, in the 70s, the institution, metamorphosized into becoming a seminary, offering theology and religion as major and also having minor degrees. So it was affiliated with Andrews University in Michigan, USA. So you will find also alumni who are actually from all of those generations. And by 1999 April, the university picked up officially as a full-fledged university. Today, Babcock University glories herself in over 10,000 students taking undergraduate programs in over 28 and hitting 30 hitting close to more than 30 undergraduate programs. And we also command at about 3,000 postgraduate students. So when you walk into Babcock on a daily basis, there is a traffic of a minimum of 15,000 people moving in and out. And so when you will want to add that with visitors, then you are talking of close to 30 and arguably 50,000 people moving in and out of the university. If you want to add those who will come to use our essential services, such as using the shopping mall, such as using the banking system, such as coming to make inquiries, such as wanting to know a little more about what that reality called Babcock looks like. So Babcock University is actually a home away from home for everyone who has the opportunity to be there. And our students, just like every other student around the globe, will have experiences that they have had of Babcock. While you will have an insignificant percentage of individuals have experiences that are not palatable to them, but that does not represent the generality of what the reality of the Babcock experience is all about. And so this is an abridged version of who Babcock is, of what Babcock is, and what we stand for. We stand in strong morals, accountability, transparency. These are our core values. Servant leadership. And then above all, the moral, which are grounded in the word of God, is what Babcock also prides herself. It will also interest you to know that Babcock University, as an institution of higher learning, is owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Babcock University is one out of the over 110 universities across the world owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. So if you have met Babcock, wait a little more. There are more Seventh-day Adventist institutions of higher learnings that you are yet to meet. Okay. The host? Yes, Elder Mahi, you have the floor.
Okay, I think I'm seeing Olawale Ajani in the floor. Maybe you can reintroduce him for him to speak, take off the program.
Thank you very much, sir, for bringing that to my knowledge. Thank you very much. Mr. Olawale Ajani is of the SETI Consulting, and he will be moderating our panel discussion. And we have 4 panelists that will be here. Initially, I had called the names, and I will do that again. We have Adedoyin Adebayo, Leke Oshiyemi, Bayo Ayotade, Olatokumbo Komalafe. Thank you very much for being here. Olawale Ajani, are you here?
Yes, Adedoyin Adebayo is here. I signified the other time.
Oh, yes, I remember that Adedoyin actually did that signification. Thank you very much, Adedoyin, for being here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is the moderator here now? I'm told that he is here. But the host, can you locate Olawale?
Yeah, it was yet a while ago. Seems to be quite. I think he's trying to get into the meeting.
Well, these are some of the extra blessings that come with the new narrative or the new norm. The new norm, which is going virtual. Elder Mahi, can you hold forth before he comes on board? I don't know.
Well, I I don't know what I do. Mr. Debayo, I don't know if you have any discussion, what you want us to, anything you want us to hear or something, because the time is gone, seriously, because very soon we'll be talking about entering the rooms for us to do one of the second reason why we are here. So.
I've actually called him, to let him know that we're waiting. So he said he's having a little challenge with network. I did mean that let me see if I can get the just give me 1 minute. He's having some challenge with the network. Yeah. Just give me a few minutes. I'll try and see. Trying to get that from him so that I can stand in his place while he joins.
Okay.
I'll try and do that right away.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just have to be a little patient over this while we await the arrival or whatever next is going to happen. But this announcement is equally important that during the breakout sessions, that every student or graduating student will enter the room you have pre-selected. Enter the room you have pre-selected so that everybody will, it will be, you don't come out of that room to do another thing, because that will touch on the size of the persons in the room, the number of persons in the room. So we would like you to do it accordingly, the way we have done selected it before. So we are going to possibly show you again the list and where you are going to be. So by that time, we'll ask the host to give us direction on what to do to enter our rooms.
It appears that there are a few persons that are also dropping messages. So I may also wish to request the institution that I have signed up. It will be good you also once in a while check your direct, your chat option. There might be one or two persons who would have possibly have started asking questions. So that may go a long way to help you start preempting what is to come.
as you go into the breakout rooms. Thank you very much.
Well,
Mr. Debayo, do we have any message from you? Mr. Debayo.
yes, sir. I mean, it's unable to, but I think I can help out. I'm
okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I audible? And can people also can people hear me? Okay, so my name is Adebayo. I work as a senior consultant at Incel Consulting. It's a management consulting here in Nigeria. Myself and Mr. Ajani, we worked for a very long time. So practically, I could speak. I could speak for him. Okay, he's even here. That's good. He's here. Okay, that's fine. I think it's Mr. Ajani is here, so he can take over. Okay.
So
okay,
thank you, sir.
Allow Ajani say. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Ajani, you are here. So let's hear from you. I was just about to open the session, but you are here. I mean, it's better you take it up. I can see him.
Mr. Ajani?
Yes, can you hear me, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think, sorry, the network here, I had to switch it. That has been an issue, and that was why the delay. Sorry for that.
It's
I
fine.
hope we are all here. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I want to confirm the panelists. Tolu Adeleke, are you here?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yes, I want to confirm if Tolu Adeleke is here.
Yeah, I think it's.
Are they doing
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Leke Oshiemi, are you here? Okay. I think without much ado, we have to move on now. And I thank Babcock University for this wonderful opportunity to expand frontiers of knowledge and bridging the gaps between towns and gowns, which becomes very critical at this point. The World Economic Forum, WEF, said human capital is the most critical economic engine in the 21st century. I take that.
No.
Human capital is the most critical economic engine in the 21st century. That is from World Economic Forum. So it becomes imperative for us to know that we need to synergize know how and do how. It becomes very critical in a VUCA economy, not just to know, but to understand how you can demonstrate the skills, that will actually propel the knowledge you have garnered, in the higher institution. I think it's CNBC that said,
they are doing Zoom thing.
the future of work will be more
You are off. You are off. Your mic is not on. It's not picking us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I will take what I've said earlier. I said the World Economic Forum said that in the 21st century, human capital is the most critical engine. And it becomes imperative in a VUCA and challenging economy to be able to bridge the gaps between towns and gowns. So after leaving the university, after spending 4, 5, 6, or say 7 years, you are going to spend some 30 or 35 years in the labor market. What is requested in the labor market is very important and also crucial to synergize what you have actually studied and learned in the higher institution. I have an editorial of this day of February 27, 2017, titled Dealing with Youth Unemployment. And it has a brief caption that says, there is urgent need to realign the nation's educational curriculum with the needs of the economy. It goes ahead to say, unless the relevant authorities do something critical and urgent about the astronomical rise in unemployment levels, particularly among the youths, Nigeria may be sitting on a time bomb waiting to explode. Figures available paint a dire situation of millions of Nigerian youths roaming the streets, looking for work, but finding none. The situation is compounded by the economic recession that has necessitated the sacking by many private enterprises of their staff in the name of rationalization or what we call casualization. So today, on the career fair, we are going to be looking at the topic, becoming employable in a challenging workplace ecosystem. So I start with a snapshot that says, is our educational system, is it really preparing us for the future of work or for the outside world? And I want Tolu Adeleke is a partner with PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. I want him to take this first question that is going out. That is our educational system, is it really preparing us for the outside world or for the future of work? So over to you, Tolu Adeleke.
Okay, thank you very much, Wale. Good morning once again, and good morning, everyone. Trust we're all doing well, and trust we're staying safe. I mean, this time. I just want to reconfirm that you can hear me and you can see me.
Yes, sure.
You
can hear you.
Okay. I mean, as I said, my name is Tolu Adeleke. I'm a partner with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I've been with PwC for about 17 years now. So, I mean, just to go straight to your question, yes, the future of work is here already. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And it's not just about people or just about technology. It's the interaction of both. And the complexity is okay, complexity between work and technology or people and technology, but doesn't really need to be complicated. So when we look at it and we say, I mean, our schools, I mean, to a very large extent, we can say they're trying their best, but what's out there seems to be a lot more than what's being taught. So a lot will still need to be done by the individual themselves. I mean, with the people seeking for employment out there. I mean, gone are the days where you think what you study in school, that you take it and you just go out there and replicate it. You need to be dynamic. You need to be flexible. You need to be digitally fit. I mean, the world is changing. The world is evolving. Even looking at my last 17 years with PwC, I can see a lot of evolution in terms of the way we work. It's not like, oh, I studied something in school. Incidentally, I studied agriculture in school, and I did some professional exams, and I seem to have some affinity or affiliation with Babcock University because I did some part-time tutoring at Babcock before joining PwC. And I've evolved over the years. It wasn't about what I studied in school. It was about the personal commitment, to take ownership, to take responsibility of being aware, creating that awareness, and creating that commitment and attitude that I want to take the bull by the horn and attack the future, which is now. So what I would try to encourage everyone is to say, yes, I mean, it's good to have that foundation of the four walls, but the four walls would prepare you for what you see out there, but it's not 100%. You really need to take that personal commitment, ownership, that flexibility, and ensure that you create that dynamism between the future of work that is here and the workforce of the future, so that you know how to really blend and adapt, because that adaptability is very key in terms of being successful employees and entrepreneurs, whatever we choose. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Tolu. I think key words I've picked from your responses. It's not what you have gone to school to study that you are actually practicing today, because the world of work is changing. The University of Ibadan, you studied agriculture, but today you are a fellow of Institute of Chartered Accountant, you are a certified accountant, and you are into assurance and advisory. And this depends on personal development, like you put it. There's need for awareness, that ownership, you use that word ownership and dynamism. You must be adaptability, and you must be flexible in your choices, of career. And also, you said individual needs to also work on themselves. How do you situate the role of a coach or a mentor? When it comes, is university, what do you see? Should university introduce mentorship and coaching, so students are able to understand what coaching and mentorship, is right from the university days? Yes. What do you say about that? Are you there, Tolu?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Okay, just to quickly answer that, I think the role is extremely important. I remember when I joined my firm, for example, about 17 years ago, we assigned professional coaches and mentors in the office. Those are people that will guide you because you're just really fresh. You're going out there. A lot of us right here on this forum, we have probably not worked before. We haven't seen the world. It's a totally different world. I mean, it's not rocket science, something we're going to be able to blend with, but you need some people that would come with what I call, I think I will try to use what I call the API model. Authority, presence, and impact. You need someone with authority, someone who's done something before, who's credible, who's experienced, who's done it before, who's faced a lot of similar situations that you're likely going to face in the future. The person comes to you, start mentoring you and creating that presence. And creating that presence is more like connecting what he has done before now to what is happening presently. So he brings his past experience to the present, and he wants to create an impact in your life, in your professional career. So it starts from that A, he connects it to the present. A is past oriented, what is done before, because you need mentors, you need coaches that have done things before that you've heard about, that you've read about. So they come and bring. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I think we might need the administrator to mute everyone who's not speaking.
We're not speaking. Yeah.
Less distraction. So you need people that will bring that to the current reality. Bring a lot of credibility, reliability, intimacy, and then create a lasting impact on people, so that you can be very, very comfortable in terms of facing that future. You need a bit of confidence level, a bit of assertiveness. And what I tell people is, based on experience, a lot of people that finish school, that go out there in the job market, for the first 2-3 years, they practically don't know what they're doing. What they just want to get is just to get salary to be able to move around, feed themselves, and live a decent life. Then you start understanding your career path in the next maybe 3-4 years. That is when you really need to be serious and start thinking about what's my focus, what creates that value for me. And you know how I like to cap it up. Once you get to a point where you do what you like, and you like what you're doing, that seals it for you. So once I enjoy what I do, and I do what I enjoy, because people come to me to ask me, So you've been in PwC for about 17 years. Why haven't you left? And I tell them that every day I go to work, I don't feel like being forced to go to work. I feel excited because I do what I enjoy and I enjoy what I do. Once you're able to connect the two, you're just at the right place. But you need some mentors and some people to guide you to be able to get to that path. Once you're there, then you become a successful employee or an entrepreneur. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tolu. Thank you for the deep insights, into, I hope Africa also will leapfrog into coaching and mentoring, effective coaching and mentoring, which is Think and
You know how to capture this stuff.
Please, can we mute, please, the noise, admin, please, can you mute, admin,
Initially it was 500.
no, this is not, we're having filtered noise. Can you please mute these people?
That's why I'm just dropping.
Admin.
Mr. Shei.
Please, anyone, yeah, people are talking, and can
you
you just
change? Email was empty.
Email. Empty. I sent a link. That's the link to the matriculation page.
Hello? Hello, admin, are you there?
Is it to your matriculation page or to all of our matriculation page?
No. Please, can you mute these people so we can have a distant discussion, please? Thank you. All right, Adedoyin, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Ajani. Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Mr. Adedoyin Adebayo. I'm glad to have you here. Adedoyin Adebayo is the principal consultant at Incel Consulting. I hope you have listened to Tolu Adeleke and his expose and insights on the readiness that our students, our graduates, really ready for future of work or for the world outside there. I hope you listen to him. My question to you is, being a management consultant and an HR professional, I wanted to get your view on the skill set required for future of work. The skill set required for future of work. If we look at it from employability skills, do you think our universities are really preparing graduates based on employability skills required for future of work? Do you think that is question A? Question B is, when we talk about massive open online courses, today they said don't bring phone to school. That's what they said before. But today, school is now inside a phone. We have Coursera, we have Udacity, Iversity, NovoEd, quite a number of massive open online courses, which is data is what you are needed. They say data is oxygen. You log on in the corner of your room, and you are able to even go to school and print your certificate by yourself. So between certificates and automation, how do you think Africa, or let me say Nigeria, is faring when it comes to being able to align, not relying on certificate alone, but being able to automate the skill set you have that prepares you for the future of work when we are talking about employability skills? Did you get my question?
Yes.
It's a bit lumped up, I know, but I know you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ajani. Thank you, everyone, for this great opportunity. Apparently, this is coming at a time when I'm also preparing to have a global conversation with one of the thought leaders within the learning and development industry. I mean, I'll be interviewing the CLO, the Chief Learning Officer of Kraft and Heinz company. I mean, it's a very big food and beverage company in the US. So going back to the first question, if I think the university is, preparing the skill set, I would say, even though Mr. Tolu was trying to be a bit diplomatic, kind of, I would say not really, not really. But again, it's also good to get a degree. Where I'm coming from is very simple, and this is it. I also remember that I did an interview with Punch about 6 years ago where I talked about this. I'm sure, I mean, if you can recollect, but some of the things I talked about is this. So now there are issues that are being discussed around reskilling, upskilling, employability, and all of that. So one of the things I would have seen, or the expectations within that conversation would have been where you have stakeholders coming together. You have the higher education coming, the employers, I mean the companies, government agencies, parents and students coming together, sitting down to evaluate the skill sets that are needed for the future of work, most especially within our environment. Not just what we read, what we read out there. Because even if you look at what the World Economic Forum is talking about, data analysis, AI, big data, and all of that, those are the things that are actually working at the global stage. But within our own environment, because I always believe that anything you are doing, you must factor in your environment to it. I would have seen a situation whereby all these stakeholders are actually coming together, maybe every 2 years or every 3 years, to look at, to evaluate the current skills. So employers will come to to schools and say that, okay, from what we have seen, these are the skills that we need. But I don't think that is happening. So that's a huge gap that I would say, So, but let's leave that and talk.
Can I cut in and say, how do we, like, there should be a synergy. So how do we address that? Do you have a solution that employers should come into higher institutions? Yeah, there should be a synergy. How do we address that?
Yeah, well, definitely there should be a synergy. But again, are organizations willing to do that? Because I see this thing as a demand and supply thing. Yeah, the universities are the suppliers of labor. This is where they manufacture skills, where they help reshape brains and all of that. Where also the organizations are more like the demand. But I would say, even if the Mohammed does not come to the, how do they say that thing?
Mohammed does not go to mountain. Mountain goes to Mohammed.
To Mohammed. So for us as institutions, one of the things we need to be able to do in order to differentiate what we are doing is to move close to employers. So in the design of our curriculums, beyond what the authorities, the government agencies, the NUCs, beyond what they are saying, beyond what they want us to put in the curricula and all of that, we also need to get latest thinking, latest insight from employers. I think this is one of the solutions, or this is one of the solutions that we can provide as professionals. So institutions, you need to have a way. So for example, PwCs now, or the top consulting firm or the manufacturing firm, what are the latest skills they require? Not what we hear on the internet, but in our home way, what are we doing to ensure that we localize the design of our courses, we localize the design of our programs in order to suit what the employers, organizations, and all of that, what they are demanding out there. I think this is one of the solutions higher institutions can do. Of course, also employers also need to come to the schools and tell them, hey, can you help infuse this kind of courses or this kind of skills in your courses and be able to churn out the best at the end of the day. Because if we keep waiting for government, if we keep saying that, oh, after all, we are waiting for government, I'm not sure we'll be willing to get to that destination whereby we need to raise the standard, as it were. So higher education need a role to play. Employers also need a role to play as well in this conversation. Yeah, I think that answers the first questions, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Go ahead on the second one.
Okay. Yeah, the second question, I think you talked about certification and automation.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I put up a quote on my WhatsApp status a few days ago, and it says this: instead of focusing on employment, our youth and generally people working should focus on employability. There's a difference between employment and employability.
Please share. So we know the distinction.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, of course. Employment, more like someone looking for what to do. You're looking for a job. And employability is building the skills. You having the right skills to be able to fit into the into the workplace. So now I know an average
ability to sustain, being on that job. Also, ability to sustain being on the job. Yes,
on the job.
So
exactly.
You mentioned upskilling and reskilling. If you have to, knowledge of yesterday might no longer be relevant today. So you have to keep. Yes, yeah. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one of the things we need to be able to do as young graduates is to first of all audit our skill set. What kind of skills do you have? See, forget what you've gone to learn in what you've been taught in school. I studied geography in school, but I knew very well from day one when I came into the university that I wanted to go into consulting. I knew very well, and what I did, what I still do, is that I became so familiar with technology. In fact, I started using Excel as far back as 2001.
Wow.
That's about 20 years ago.
Wow.
And there was no knowledge of, I mean, it was just even new. Then I started using SPSS as far back as 2001, when when it wasn't even as popular as this. I could remember, I mean, my parents gave me...
For SPSS, maybe we'll just spell it out as it's a statistical package for social science.
For social science, exactly.
Yes.
Those were the packages I started using. In fact, when I was in school, I finished from UI as well. I started helping people to analyze their project using Excel, and I was collecting money. I was collecting money. I was being paid. I was helping people as if I knew that the digital skill will be the cornerstone of the skills that we are talking about today. So you need to be able to audit, look at the environment, where the environment is, look at the environment, look at the world, where the world is going to, then also be able to build the right skills, build the latest skills, and also not only build, be able to validate some of these skills. So when I say validation, now a lot of people get on LinkedIn. I don't know how many of us are on LinkedIn here. People come on LinkedIn to verify your certain level of skills. There's a way they will say, okay, endorse. You want to endorse someone, where you see various set of skills that someone has. And now people will not hire you. Well, your certification, your first class, your second class offer may help you, but employers are more interested in your skills, in the things you are able to do, not just in the things that the things that you can do and do and do and do over and over again. So now, just a summary, in terms of certification and automation, there are several of of those MOOCs, massive open online courseware or courses, as has been said by Mr. Ajayi out there, that you can go to and get some of these skills. In a month, I take a minimum of 10. If you check my profile on LinkedIn, I have more than 50 LinkedIn, in fact, more than 100 LinkedIn courses that I've taken. By way of, compulsorily, I must take a minimum of 5 online courses per month. Minimum. So some of us, if you can take a cue from this, there are several free courses online that you can take on Coursera, on Udemy. Even some are not free, some you can just pay a token that you can take and showcase, out there. I think this is just a bit of what I can add between certificate and and automation. So beyond your certificate, please go out there to take a lot of relevant courses, data analysis, business communication. It is very, very key. It's one skill that we see that most young graduates do not have. Teamwork, ability to work in a team, sales is also a skill that is lacking out there. Quite a number of those skills, but those 3 or 4 that I've just mentioned, they come very handy if you really want to fit into the VUCA workplace that we lead in right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adebayo. Thank you very much. From your expose, I said today, big data determines a lot of things that we have to do. The data science, AI, as I said, artificial intelligence, robotics. It's not surprising. The highest paid robotics engineer in the world is a Nigerian. If we don't know now, we know. His name is Silas Adekunle. If you Google the highest paid robotics engineer in the world, he's a Nigerian. He attended University of West of England. He bagged the first class, and his alma mater has already honored him with a honoris causa, a honorary degree, as we speak. And he has a lot to do with Apple. Automation is the new oil that determines a lot of things we are doing now. We virtually live on our phone. Our phone is our camera, is our calculator, we can do a lot of things. Gone are those days that our phone is just like 3310. You can only send SMS or you make a call with it. But with smartphones, the emergence of Internet of Things and Internet of Everything, things are changing. And I think our institution should also, I was speaking in the University of Ibadan Faculty of Homecoming Personality Series, 17th October 2014. And I was saying, if university can inculcate centers of excellence, those days we used to have Atto Anderson come to school, Accenture. Atto Anderson is that part that becomes KPMG, today. So they come to school and they, offer aptitude tests. They come to bring best of the best, dean roles of honor. I think all these things you are able to identify the very smart, brains. Because if you're looking at the employability skills that Mr. Adebayo has said, it has to do with your creativity, your communication skills, your problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, and that is what will be required. It has been said that college performance is a poor hiring predictor. I'll say that again. College performance, like our CGPA, is a poor hiring predictor. So your second-class upper hire or recruit might not perform as good as maybe a second-class lower or even a third class. So Google said this, that CGPA is worthless. If you Google CGPA is worthless, you will know that it's Google as a company. So we are conventional. We are not conventional, and we don't want to be one as a company. So this is what Mr. Tolu Adeleke has been saying, Doyin Adebayo. the world of work is fast changing, and we need to, though he mentioned, Mr. Adebayo mentioned, we need to evaluate our current skill sets and also validate them, because that's to do with demand and supply. So I go quickly. Thank you, Mr. Adebayo. I go quickly to the third panelist now, which is from ACAS. Are you there, sir? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, please? Hello, are we together? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
we
wanted
can
hear you. I wanted the third panelist, yes, from ACAS. Are you there? I want to confirm he's there, so I can send the question to him. Okay, if not, is Leki or Shiemi here? Leki or Shiemi, are you here? Okay, Tolu Adeleke, are you here? Hello, Tolu?
Yes, I am.
Okay, okay, all right, fine. So, Tolu, I'm putting this question to you now.
Okay.
You are a leader in your own right. You have spent 17 years with PricewaterhouseCoopers. I'm not, I will ask you a direct question. Was PwC your first employment? I wanted to be sure.
Not exactly. I mean, after leaving school, I worked briefly in 2 months for PwC. As I mentioned earlier, I seem to have some affinity for Babcock because I did a bit of part-time tutoring there, taking accounting students.
Okay. I will say in the corporate world, PwC was your first exposure in the corporate world.
Again, not exactly, because I'd worked in 2 banks. I worked in Metropolitan Bank and Zenith.
Okay. I'm going somewhere. Learning and leadership. Today, look at academia, look at polity, look at governance, look at non-governmental, setting, look at international socio-development. Leadership is a core problem for Nigeria as a nation, if you agree. How do we situate learning in leadership? Where should leadership start? Primary level, secondary level? What should higher institutions do about leadership? So if you say we have a government, how do you put it? Harvard School of Government or something in Kennedy, or Kennedy School of, yeah. So why will Asia get leadership governance right? Why will developed economy get leadership right? And we don't get leadership right in Africa. How do we situate learning and leadership as it entails, churning out graduates that will become, universities have slogans. We are churning out, or secondary school, we are churning out graduates that become leaders. But beyond just the rhetorics of saying that, how do we really produce graduates that will become top-notch leaders in the society? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Wale. I think it's a very valid question and an important question, and a very relevant question, especially at the time where we are now. Very, very crucial time in our nation, in our polity, in our governance. I mean, it cuts across everywhere, whether from the public sector or the private sector. And what I would say is, yes, it starts right there, from learning, yeah. And learning goes beyond just the school. The school system. I know a lot of schools will always say we want to produce people that are good or that are qualified in learning and character, because that is also part of it. And I think our problem fundamentally has to do with the level of education. I think our education had been so configured in such a way that it creates that dependency mindset, that it's not a problem-solving mindset, and it's not one that creates that responsibilities and ownership. It creates a mindset that, yes, I'm only comfortable in my own area, and I depend on people to do other things. And we should start thinking about the fact that we're all leaders in our rights. I was not, when I joined PwC, for example, and the way we work is such that we're organized in teams. Right from your first year, your second year, you have teams that you work with. When it teaches you how to be a team player, how to be a team leader at some point, when you start having responsibilities for people, for resources at that scale, then you start scaling it up, then you start growing, then you can start having responsibilities for 2 or 3 teams. Then it grows. You become a manager, you become a senior manager before you become a partner, and then you become a leader of a department. It's not something that you just jump, it's not something that you just jump into and say, oh, I want to be a leader in 20 years' time. No, right from school. Is that mindset being taught that people are put in teams and let them start having ownership and responsibility, because we all have spheres of influence. We all have spheres of influence. And what do you do? I desire to see something. I desire to see a change. So what are you doing at your own level to see or to act to ensure that that thing that you desire to see, especially in your own sphere of influence, you're doing something about it. You're very active. You're committed about it. So right from school, yes, I mean, there's that learning, but it has to be inculcated in, or leadership has to be inculcated in our learning. And it's not just by, yes, you have a lot of theories, you have a lot of things you do, but it's by consistent demonstration. The way we organize, even our schooling system, our curriculum, the way we learn, the way we give people assignment, put them in teams, let them come together, let people start understanding how to manage resources right from there. I think our problem is we don't teach all those things, and people then start having mindset that there are some people that are going to step into leadership at some point in time. And then when I get there, that's when I can demonstrate, not knowing that even right from your secondary school, the way you're given assignment, the way you come back to present, to start showing that you can effect positive changes in your sphere of influence are all the things that lead into you having that skill set that is required for leadership. So it's not something that you get into, and that's why we're where we are today. A lot of people are unprepared. They believe that it's something that will get into and I will learn, not knowing that it's something that should have been evolving and be part of you. So that as you're learning, that character is also being built in that leadership skill set. And once you do this consistently over time, it becomes part and parcel of you. So that when you eventually now get that title, because it's not about title, and that's a mistake we all make again, to say, oh, I'm a leader, it has to be by title. No, it has to be by demonstration. So that when you now get there, then you are now able to now merge your title with that demonstration, and then you start seeing what you desire to see before now. So that's
Thank you so much, Oluwadeleke. I think I just want to corroborate your last lines. I read a book by Mark Sambon titled, "You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader." And I think on this platform, I'm recommending it it changed my life. And I'm recommending it to everybody. You don't need a title to be a leader. Mark Sambon. And it's also the author of Fred Factor. Yeah. So these 2 books, very, very good. It feels like you are reading Jim Collins, Good to Great, which is another good book. You don't need a title to be a leader. People think I'm picking your words. People think it's about title. Senior manager, the director of sales. No, leadership starts. It's innate. And when I take leadership session on training, senior executive level master classes, I have our leaders born or made on a syndicate sessions. Some school of thought believes leaders are made. Some believes leaders are born. But like you referred, the entitlement mentality, I think it was at Lagos Business School, I first learned about it, which is actually affecting the millennials, a lot. The entitlement mentality is not making them to take ownership, of their space. Oh, someone will do this for me. Someone will assist me with this. I can even outsource my project or my dissertation. But at the end of the day, you said this is a dissertation written by Kunle Ajayi. So can you defend the dissertation at the end of the day? No, because you have someone has actually written that, for you. So this entitlement mentality, like you actually highlighted, is a serious thing. And I think scholars should be thinking about how to address this entitlement,
let Mr. Jaya, am I permitted to say one or
yes,
two?
Please, Mr. Adebayo, please.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Well, I will always say, and it's based on my understanding or based on myself, the millennials do not have entitlement mentality. Or I don't want us to label the millennials as having entitlement mentality. One thing I have seen, and I will link it to what Mr. Tolu Adeleke has said, and what you have also said, is the fact that a lot of young people are not self-aware. They lack self-awareness. And that is even the foundation, the stepping stone of leadership. It's not about having an entitlement mentality. It is because of the fact that we're not teaching self-awareness, even at home. That is where it should start from, before it gets to school. And when I say self-awareness, there are basic things, there are fundamental things. I always say that I have 7 pillars of self-awareness. Your values. What are your values? Your self-awareness should drive a lot of things about you. Your leadership's philosophy, the kind of courses that you take, the kind of jobs that you take, the kind of friends that you have. It should shape you.
Right.
So if there is a course that I would even say that Babcock should infuse into their curriculum, is to, I don't know, if they have something like personal leadership or authentic leadership. Let's begin to raise authentic leaders. Let's begin to raise leaders. I mean, not graduates that will even finish and start looking for jobs. Graduates that will finish with barrage of skills, with knowledge about self. Someone said that self-awareness is a meta skill of this future. Meta skill. When you say meta skill of the future, that means that is a foundation, collection where all other skills are sitting on. So if we say that they are entitled, well, I don't want to always label millennials as being entitled. Yeah, so that's just my own contribution.
Maybe just to change it.
Okay, Tolu Adeleke. Okay.
What I was trying to explain was in the past, and that's why we're here. It was more of a dependency mindset of the old generation. I mean, trying to say this thing is the exclusive preserve of some people. So I'd rather not go there. Let my leaders do it. People have been appointed or elected to do this. So it's more of a dependency mindset of the old generation. But that is changing gradually. And I mean, I tend to align with what he said around self-awareness and values. Values is very important. Personally, from my own experience and in my firm, it's something we really take dearly. Because who do you stand for? That's important. I mean, if I take you as a person, who are you? I mean, even if I decide to create that title for you, what is the unique thing about you? What would you do when nobody's there? You know, those sort of things are very important. What is your value system? And that's one of the things that is creating significant issues for us today. What is our value system as a country, as individuals? What do I hold there? Can I say these are the things that I hold there, and I can speak confidently about it? And it's not just about me saying it. Can I walk my talk? Can I practice what I preach? What are the things that I'm known for if I'm not there? What would people say about me? What would people say about our nation? You talk about the Asian, you talk about the American. I mean, there was a time I went to a school, an intermediate college in the US, and they were taking their oath of allegiance. I was there with my son, and looking at those boys, I mean, the things I could see in their eyes, just taking their oath of allegiance, I was really impressed, because you can actually see the way they took it seriously. So when our national anthem or pledge is being recited, how serious are we as a nation, as people? How do we take this? I mean, that drives down, that cascades down to our value system. And it's not something we blame the government for every time, but what are we doing as in, and I really align with what he said about self-awareness, and it's extremely important.
Right. Thank you very much. I will just go on the last question to the other panelists. Thank you, Tolu. Ethics is very important because when you say morality, today we are that our degrees are awarded in learning and character. So it's important to have the right character. What if nobody is actually looking? Like you said, am I doing the right thing? And am I doing the right things all the time? Not just seldom or once in a while. So I want to look at entrepreneurship. This is going to be the last question. On the editorial of this day of February 27, 2017, I read to us earlier. The last paragraph said, of more fundamental imperative, however, is the urgent need to realign the nation's educational curriculum with the needs of the economy. It has been said with some measure of justification that many of the school leavers are actually unemployable with regards to their training and skills. It has become necessary, therefore, that our educational training curriculum at all levels must incorporate skills acquisition and entrepreneurial development so that graduates leave school with the capacity to create wealth and jobs rather than seeking jobs, because the jobs are not even there. So our panelists from ACAS, this question is going to you, and Adedoyin and Tolu can also just put final words on it. What is the place of entrepreneurship? When we were in school, we left some 17 years ago or 18, and there was no entrepreneurship as a course. But today, ETR 301 is a general course for everybody that all students need to learn entrepreneurship, which is a buzzword. Everybody, I want to be an entrepreneur. So today, say tech, I'm a techpreneur, I'm a bookpreneur, I'm a infopreneur. There are different preneurs. What is the role of entrepreneurship in higher education as it prepares us, for the workplace? There was a McKinsey report that says education to employment. So what is the role of entrepreneurship? Must all graduates be carrying their certificates and looking for jobs? Why can't they also be creative and also create these jobs they are looking for? So that is the final question that is coming out from me. So I want all panelists, but I want our other panelists from ACAS to address this first, then Tolu Adeleke and Adedoyin Adebayo can now, put their final words on it. Thank you.
All right, sir. Just to quickly mention, we have just 2 minutes to end this panel session so that we can go into break. Thank you, sir.
Yes, let's address this quickly. Yeah. So is this information from the panel member? Hello?
That's from the co-host, the main co-host.
Okay, so let's have the panel member. The name is not sticking to me now. What's his name? From ACAS. Yes, can you address this if it's there?
Well, Akailu Wendy from ACAS.
Hello? We have a panelist that joined us that is not Tolu and that's not Doyin. Is it there?
Akailu Wendy from ACAS Law.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm trying to call out the person.
Oh, is Mr. Omai here?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Omai said, please, can we have the panelists to answer this? I'm not sure he even heard what I said. Or can we leave it to Doyin and Tolu to
The other
answer?
thing, Well, because the other thing is that we're supposed to have, I'll be sending you messages, you're supposed to end.
Yeah, the 2 minutes is what I want to deal with too now, just so we can finish. This question is important, sir. Sorry.
Maybe Tolu can answer, sir.
Mr. Tolu Adeleke.
Okay, just let me quickly answer in.
Yes.
In 2 minutes. And
all right.
Something happened to me quite recently. I had a colleague, former colleague, who incidentally finished from Babcock, had a first class chartered accountant, walked up to me one day that she wasn't going to continue working again, that she wanted to go for her passion. She sells shoes. I mean, we're chatting this past week, and I was trying to get some things from her. She said she's always had this, because I got up talking that how would someone work in a big four and get something, had everything and decided to be, and she told me that she's always had that entrepreneurship spirit. How did she get it? When she was growing up, her parents, her siblings were always introducing her to things, sending her to beads making when she was in college, secondary school. And I think we can do a lot of things. We shouldn't leave everything to the school system. As graduates, you have siblings. You can introduce them to things. I do that for my kids. I look at them right from age 5, 6, and I look at them and I don't think, oh, you're probably going to be a doctor, a lawyer. Try to identify where your passion lies. So I try to introduce them to a lot of things right from when they're small, maybe music, all sort of things. And one thing that I've liked now is that their school, they're giving them projects. And I was quite happy when I saw the project of my son saying, build a business at grade 5, build a business, come and present it and tell us how you're going to, make sense out of this, make sales and all that. And I was quite impressed. So when you start introducing kids to things like that at that age, you expose them to a lot of things apart from school. But of course, you need to balance it. Then they start building this passion, choose whichever one is good for them. So that's what I want to say. So we need to introduce them to a lot of things quite early in life.
Yes, not only informal education is also very important. Vocational skill acquisition, it makes a robust scholar at the end of the day. So this exposure also needs to be income. Doing final word, please, Mr. Adebayo.
Yeah, I will still go back to self-awareness. Not everybody wants to become entrepreneurs, like he said now. So first of all, know yourself. Know a lot about yourself. What are your passion? What are your passion?
Are you there? Mr. Adebayo. Hello, Mr. Adebayo, are you there? I think Mr. Adebayo. Okay.
I went off for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm back. I was
okay.
off.
Okay,
Yes.
we're listening to you.
So like I said, it goes back to self-awareness. Don't jump into that wagon of saying you want to start a business. Know yourself. Know who you are. Know your values. Know your passion. What are you passionate about? Know your aspiration. Some people, they've said it that they prefer to work in a structured environment. Some people will say that they like to work on projects. So if you don't know a lot about yourself, even if you run into, if you say you want to join that wagon of running a business, you may not end up doing well at the end of the day. So it's good. You should have that mindset that, oh, okay, maybe at some point you may want to become entrepreneurial, but know at what stage you want to become an entrepreneur. So that you can take the right decision. I think that's what I would add to that.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I think time will not allow us to look at the new normal and pandemic effect on learning, but it's been nice having this conversation, and it's very stimulating, it's very informative, educative, and it's reinforcing as well. if anyone allow me, I will start for a while. Please, can we mute from the other? Can we mute the speakers, please? I thank Mr. Tulu Adeleke for sparing his time to contribute insightful comments and inputs. I thank Mr. Doyin Adebayo of Incel Consulting as well. So for today, the panel session is over. The conversation can be continued. Our emails can be shared. Tolu's email, Doyin's email, my email can also be shared. We are all consultants in our rights, and we are subject matter experts, as it were. So thank you for the opportunity, and I hope we have learned one thing or the other in expanding frontiers of top-notch knowledge. Thank you very much, Babcock University. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Hello, Mr. Shea.
Yes, it's time to go into the breakout rooms. Anytime from now, you'll be seeing icons on your screens that would allow you to select the different breakout rooms that you choose while registering. So if you're using mobile devices and you can't access the breakout room option, please ensure that your mobile app is up to date. Please watch out on your screens. You will see the breakout room icon anytime from now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, the breakout room icons are available now. You would be able to join any breakout room of your choice.